All right, I'm back. So what I wanted to do next, I was testing this search feature, uh, and I also looked up the cost on how much token usage it took to kind of test this and get it to this point. And the last video when I did all those API calls for Chat GPT or for Claude 4 to be able to search the web for me, it was around $4. So not cheap. Um, Not the end of the world either. And I think there's ways to um, make it cheaper. And it also helps the cost effectiveness of keeping these chat um, zones separated because the only one that needs ChatGPT, or I keep saying ChatGPT, the only one that has Claude 4 that really needs it to search the web is this discovery zone. Hell yeah, discovery zone. That used to be a place you would go play at for people's birthday parties. So for the research portion of this uh, first step here, um, long story short, it's the only thing that's going to use Claude 4. Everything else can use Haiku or something really cheap. So I guess maybe one idea is to kind of get the prompts to output cheaper results that are smaller, maybe. Um, and give it better context so it doesn't have to work so hard, and as well as making these as cheap as possible too. So yeah, um, or offloading any sort of cost that we can from Claude 4 into these. So okay, yeah. So basically, what I realized right now was I said most mentioned stocks on social media. It came out with this, and then I had two stocks that I wanted to know about, OXLC and ABEO, and they gave me some results. So I started looking at it, and it's still really good. Um, but I was curious about how it found a total of five, including the two I wanted. So I asked, what are the other stocks that were found called? I wanted to be vague and see if it could deduce the other three, BDC, and CLO. After we put that in there, I realized that the chat context isn't good because it clearly can't tell me based on this result. It said I don't have access to previous search results or conversations. So that answers that question. I mean, if you wanted to, I guess you could just be like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, this is getting silly. We just need to have better chat context. So that's what I want to do right now. So let's add some stuff. Search, and then zones and components, zone manager, search zone. I think that's pretty much it. Zone types would be good. And then dashboard, page, and then in the stock search. Okay, we need stock search in there too. And in search zone, what are we importing in here? Only the types. Okay. Turn. That's fine. Okay. Chat history. Handle search. Okay, so that's all being done in here. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Um, let's give it a shot. So let's Just straight up copy and paste this in there. I need another route to nest the chat context so I can have better context awareness responses. I want to cleanly and flexibly be able to chat about the results in this search zone entity. Okay. The current search API endpoint doesn't have access to the chat history, so search is independent without context awareness. That's also something, now that I'm thinking about it, we can offload to a cheaper model. Assuming that it doesn't need to search the web to get the ticker. I would assume it has all the symbols. Okay. What does this say? Context awareness can now reference previous searches and results. Convention continuity. What were the other stocks found will properly work. Okay. Only sends relevant recent messages to avoid the prompt. Remember what stocks were found in the previous searches. Okay. Answer follow-up questions. That's really the main thing. So where's this route? So we added chat message. Okay. So it's gonna put the context in an array. Okay. Cool. And then we'll update the UI. And now let's try it again. You know what? We'll do a clean retest. Here we go. Let's go back. Let's hard refresh. Okay. So trending sectors. Let's do clean energy. All right, so we got this is our response. Looks very nice. I like the highlights. Okay, so we got First Solar. Yeah, we got a list here for solar energy, wind energy, energy storage, electric vehicle. Cool. So let's do tell me. Let's do this. Let's just try something like tell me the main differences between these companies. History. I don't know. I need to get like a general chat. So, okay, interesting. First Solar, and okay, that's really cool. Company origins and evolutions, historical business model, traditional utility scale solar farm. This is pretty cool. Residential focused solar technology. Okay, so you have um, solar farm developers, and then residential. That's cool. So let's ask a similar question. What are the other four symbols about? Let's see if it knows. FSLR. I want to see if it can deduce that I'm talking about these. No, not quite. Let's see. Let's try and correct it. I was talking about these. Last two. Huh. I just want to know more history about those four from the second response. I'm really just trying to test its awareness of what we've been inputting and outputting in the chat. So, okay. Yeah, history of the four clean energy stocks from previous discovery based on our earliest conversation. Oh, that is cool. That is really, really cool. Okay. I'm cool with that. That's really, really cool. So now we can go to compare. And yeah, it doesn't save it, but whatever. Hmm. Okay. Let's um let's check if there's a dependency array happening here. I guess we're good. Um, let's save that and then move on to what I originally intended to do. Yeah, we just did those files. Okay, git add, git status, git commit, dash m, added, route for chat context awareness history. I can't say the word history today. Keep wanting to say historical or history and I mix it up. Okay, git push. Let's set the upstream. Okay, cool. So now I want to do the same treatment that we did to this one. Cool. So the search zone and then the compare zone. Okay. I'm hoping this um, works pretty well because we have a pretty solid reference file for it to replicate from. Okay, I want to now do the same treatment and chat GPT-ify and add ooh, I don't know if we need quick actions in the compare. And add, let's just keep it simple. I want to now do the same treatment and add chat GPT-ify the compare view. All we can do is try. Okay, so I want to test this and see what we get before we change anything. Okay. Okay, so it basically just gives you a quick summary, both. Doesn't really tell you a whole lot after that, so this should be good. It was quite a bit. So we have a route, API zones compare route. So it made a new route, that's fine. Why does it have so many errors? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's disappointing. Let's the route file was not correct and had over 1,000 errors. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get this time. Very good. I'd rather get this than not. Comparison. Is it? It's probably a string, right? Okay, so we gotta add a compare zone. See if we break this to oblivion. No. Okay, cool. Okay, and we have a very similar, huh, that's fun. Okay, so it gave me two different modes. That's cool. So let's try that. That didn't tell me anything. What do we get here? Okay. This isn't quite what we want. So, yeah, that's not quite what I want. We don't need to have modes. We just need to update the styling and chat GPT-ify it so we can get yeah, that should be fine. So a user can ask questions and get answers with the correct context awareness of the chat history responses. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. Removes all form UI, maintains context awareness, natural language. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, we'll leave, whatever. We'll leave those for now. And then let's try this. Okay. I'm going to fix this really quick. All right. What does this mean? What is this notification from cursor? Okay, so let's try this again. Different algorithm took longer than 5 seconds to compute. This typically happens with large files. Okay, and not a problem. Okay, whatever. That's good to know. See if we get a response that's worthy. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder why. I would have thought. Says that factors beyond just recent price appreciation weigh into the comparison, likely including valuation metrics, fundamentals, or technical indicators. However, the analysis, let's just say something conversational. Wow, I thought it would have been NVIDIA. Didn't they just reach 4 trillion? Oh, so it's gonna have to let me compare. No, see, that's close, but I want to be able to actually chat with it. So let's do the same thing and see if we can dynamically have it. I need to be able to chat about the results freely. So we need more context awareness nestings to be able to have these global references in the chat entity. Okay. Yeah. Follow-up questions is the right way to prompt this for the next 3. I was hoping if I said treatment, it would have done this the same. So I'll be curious. Last time it just added this chat message array. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay. Follow-up detection, enhanced context, conversational keywords. Okay. For follow-ups, use existing. Yeah, let's see. So there's an array of words here that are like, wow, really? Huh? Hold on. Yeah. Keywords that should just follow. Thought, didn't, why, how, what about, but, trillion, market cap. That's pretty funny. I don't know why trillion would mark. Okay. Uh, let's give it a shot. I mean, it's kind of funny. Okay. Let's restart the terminal. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, nice. You're absolutely right to be surprised. Nvidia did indeed hit that massive 4 trillion market cap milestone recently. However, our comparison looked beyond just market cap and recent headlines. Okay, this is sick. this is what I wanted to do. Why AMD won despite Nvidia's massive valuation. Okay, so AMD showed solid, sometimes less hype stock offers better risk-adjusted returns. It was a close call at 7 to 10 confidence. So that's why. Why why is it a 7 out of 10 confidence based on what? This is so cool. Okay, great question. The 7 out of 10 confidence score reflects that while AMD came out ahead, it wasn't a decisive victory. This is actually quite a close call between two semiconductor giants. Here's why the confidence is moderate rather than high. What favored AMD, pushing confidence up, was strong fundamentals. Let's summarize in 2 sentences. I don't want to read all of that. That's so good. Okay, based on our previous analysis, AMD edged out NVIDIA with a 7 out of 10 confidence score. While NVIDIA hit that impressive 4 trillion market cap and had slightly better year-to-date performances, 46.5 versus 44.7, the strong fundamentals of AMD and positive momentum gave it the overall advantage in our comparison. Okay, I can dig it. Awesome. It's definitely one of those surprising results that shows you can't just go by headlines and market cap milestones. Okay, so that's pretty sweet. Gotta say, that's pretty sweet. So that's pretty much where we're at with this thing now. So you can now search, compare, and have a chat with each zone or entity, really. So that will be it for now, and we will make our way through the rest of the zones here, and hopefully it gets a little easier and faster every time. So yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.